I think there's a bird up there. But anyways, listen, don't quit your day job if the only reason that you're doing it is to prove to somebody else that you are committed and dedicated to your goal and your plan. Okay? Don't do that. That is a terrible reason to want to quit your job, is doing it for other people's expectations or to follow somebody else's plan. So here's the thing. If you've got a goal, if you've got an idea of what it is that you want to do it. If you can financially, theoretically, really get behind what it is that your business is, what it is that you're wanting to accomplish, what it is that you're wanting to do. If you have the ability and the option to do that, or you're at a spot where it makes sense to go full time into your business, do it, of course. But don't do it as a challenge to give yourself no other choice but to succeed, because there's a very good chance that you will not. Not because it's not going to work for you, but because you are putting so much pressure on yourself to succeed that you don't allow the ebb and flow of life and business to actually happen. Because I did that. And this channel is all about what not to do and how we're going to do things differently. So if you're still kind of new with how you want to do your business, or what it is that you're wanting life to look like, and the career that you're wanting to have, and who you're wanting to help, and how you're wanting to do it, and what all of that looks like, even if you feel like you're super clear, there is a definite, I'd say like a year, because even with my stuff, I've been doing this for a decade, like wanting to do health and fitness in some kind of way for a decade, and it has changed so much. But like once you commit to something for a year, after that year, you really realize like what you do or don't like about it, and then you adjust, and then you kind of find that little sweet spot. But it takes that time, even if it's not fully consistent, because my, again, health business that I'm wanting and trying to create, I just now feel like I've got a good understanding of it. And that's like a year in, like deleting and going live on like my blog and my YouTube channel, and like I'm almost at 100 videos that I've uploaded. And in that time, I found out like what I do and don't want to do. And I thought I had a pretty clear plan before, but now that I'm able to put that time in and actually allow that time to kind of marinate and get into that routine and schedule, now I know for sure like what I do like to do, what I don't like to do, how it actually works in my life and schedule. And I luckily have had the fortune of having a little bit of flexibility to test that out. But when I had originally, years ago, multiple times, quit my job because, yes, of course it is soul sucking. It sucks. It takes up a lot of time. If it's not paying you very much, then you're constantly stressed about money. Like there are so many factors to it, but I felt that I couldn't be a good business owner, a good creator, a good person that wanted to move forward with things if I was working. Like I was following the wrong people. That I know it came from a good place of like encouragement, but it was like, you need to go full in on your business. You don't always have to, but sometimes you just need to give yourself no other choice but to succeed. I did that twice and it backfired immensely, because if you give yourself no other choice but to succeed, you are going to be frantic. You are going to be stressed. You can't create from inspiration. You can't do things from inspiration. And even if you're following things strategically, you still need a light and a voice behind it in order to actually make it work. So don't quit your day job to go full in on your business just to prove that you actually do want it to work. It can work, and having a job and having some money coming in and not being fully dependent on your business being the sole thing will allow you that flexibility and allow you that inspiration and that freedom to actually make it work. And if you have to get a job, I wish somebody told me this so long ago, because I had so much shame in trying to go all in on my business and then having to get a job. And then like my career, my income has been on a steady line, because, and I'll do a video on this later too, but you're supposed to get comfortable in the discomfort because that's where you grow. But I got too comfortable in the discomfort of life that I can't accept anything more. And I'm currently working on that. I am currently working on trying to accept that I deserve a raise, that I deserve to make more than $15 an hour for the last decade, because that is not doable. And if you are constantly stressing about life and money, and that too, if you don't think that you deserve or should be allowed to earn more than a certain amount of money, you're going to stay stuck like that. So when I would go back to jobs, I just kept going back to the same, like barely minimum wage should be minimum wage, should be the absolute bare minimum $15 an hour. That was still hard for some people to give me for doing like actual jobs and not just like bare bones minimum wage. And I was doing everything and anything. Like, I am a good worker and I was taking advantage of because of that, because you don't get good workers at $15 an hour jobs or less, like with tips and stuff. Like, that just doesn't happen. But like, if it comes down to you getting a job of any kind, and still being able to work on your passion or grow your business, and make sure what it is that you want to do and have a passion on isn't like everything for you, because that is going to absolutely consume you and not in necessarily the best way. But just know it's going to be tough. Just know there's going to be ebbs and flows. But if you can be fine with whatever it looks like happening, and you can be fine with things changing, and you can be fine with maybe needing to get another job or stick with your job, but make the schedule outside for your business and the content creation that you want to do, make it work, then that is where the success will happen. So if you can hear the train, I'm sorry, but quit the job if you need to. Get out of there. Give yourself a little bit of a cushion, even if it's like you have a month in between jobs or whatever, but allow people to help you if they can. And if they want to, allow money to come in, allow things to be easy. Like, be a little optimistic, but also realistic. Like, let things be easy and let things work out for you, but don't be so up in the clouds that your bank account just went negative $500 and you're still going to hold the faith. Like, sometimes you need to be a little realistic to just kind of like get yourself through life. Okay. Speaking from experience, don't let it get so bad that you are in financial ruin and in a bad spot with money that you just can't allow yourself to get out of it. Make it work. It's going to be fine. And we're doing this together. So I'm sticking with my plan. I am looking at some other job options just in case for the in-between, but I am still knowing that I am going to stick this out and see this long term, because it keeps coming back to me. So why not? So if that's you as well, make sure to comment down below what it is that you are going to focus on. If you have had any bad advice about quitting your job before you are ready or financially able to, and feel free to subscribe, because we're on this journey together, and it's going to be weird and it's going to be messy, but we're learning things along the way. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.